My first question is about how are you feeling inside the company. It was the first spin-off because the industry used to consolidate, but this is really a very huge spin-off. What are you thinking about that?
I think that everybody's very excited and encouraged by it, and we're encouraged not only because we think it makes sense inside of the company, but because our partners believe that it makes sense. In large part, we have operated where we had PPS, who may have been focused on slightly different partners than the EG partners, some overlap, but a separate base. So it makes sense to our partners, and that's important because our partner base is 70% of our business overall. To make sure that we're going to be successful in that, we're actually launching a Navigator program, which is yet to be announced. You'll hear about it later today, in which we're going to be putting dedicated individuals inside of our largest partners and distributors.
Interesting.
100% focused on separation. And they're going to have a counterpart inside of the company who is their hotline to provide all the information. So that person's going to wake up, brush their teeth, eat their cornflakes, and focus on separation all day long. So that everybody else inside of the partner can focus on maximizing our business and accelerating growth. It's a huge investment on the part of HP. The infrastructure is already in place. Many of the navigators are being identified right now. But this will allow everybody to put any complexity related to separation as a separate thought. There have been spin-offs. There's never been a separation this large in the history of business.
No, yes.
So
it's like the contrary of because Cisco buys you also buy companies. The industry is consolidated all the time. So, but this is the first, I think, move in the last 5 years with a very, very huge in terms of the channels, the business, and everyone.
Right. So there are a lot of great things supporting why it makes sense right now. The biggest one is just that the nature of the marketplace is changing. What each side of the company has to do to succeed is going to be different. I heard it described by somebody as a person standing with a foot in two separate rowboats. Right? I mean, you're going to have to take a different course, so you're going to have to be two companies doing that. But we are better prepared for this than any company that's gone through a separation. We have moved the entire company onto a solid technology platform, so everything from sales, deal, quoting, registration, to all of our co-marketing support, our asset repositories, even the way we're managing leads, all's been moved onto a common platform so that the two companies are going to be leaving with an absolutely rock-solid foundation underneath. On top of that, you have our business with navigators sitting inside of our partners and a war room centrally. It's going to make sure that all those separation concerns are locked away. And all of this is going to be leading towards an August 1 date, at which point we'll behave like two separate companies but still be united. And that gives us 90 days before we fully separate. That will allow us to make sure that everything is absolutely running like clockwork, which we believe it will be.
Do you think in the future there will be some, from the channel partner programs perspective, idea of recognition if one partner is doing interesting business in one of the companies? Because when I saw with the partners is, for example, you are Platino of IBM, and for Microsoft you are just nothing, a reseller. And these guys just don't want that you do business with them, or really you the conversation with them are like just a little reseller, because they are Platinum from IBM, no?
Right.
And what do you think will be the future of this?
That's the second announcement you're going to hear today. You're going to hear a lot of so each company will have their own partner program, but there are clearly areas where our business interests overlap, and we want them to be able to realize the opportunity from that, but not be operating as one company. So we're going to be announcing the Partner One Alliance. It's built off of the Star Alliance program, which you may or may not know actually came from a single airline who's trying to figure out how to track.
Yeah, that's the idea. Collective point from different business.
And out of that came amazing innovation, right? So the whole idea of e-ticket and transferring a ticket from airline to airline, the common lounges, even buying discount fuel together, right? The supply chain efficiencies. By creating that Star Alliance, each one of those airlines can operate individually, but when there's an opportunity for them to work together, the customer wins. So that's the benefit. So it's going to mean a lot of things. So if there are opportunities for the two companies to work together on a specific opportunity, that will happen. But it'll mean something good for you, which is we can probably co-locate GPC, so you'll only have to come to the Global Partner Conference once.
Yes. No, also it's the idea that the market really needs. That I was said with the platinum and gold of different vendors. If you have another vendors outside the HP, but they are like CNEX, here is a diamond sponsor or whatever, and you can, this idea, like American Airlines, you have a lot, no? British, and you have LAN from Chile, so the vendors are totally different. If in the future you can expand this idea to different vendors that you have some business in common, will be very, very great for the partners.
Yes.
So it's a foundation of a new way to do business for partners.
Exactly. So that's a great technology underneath.
Of course, yes.
Navigator program, making sure they work together. Partner One Alliance to make sure that there are opportunities between them. We want to make separation be positive, and so all three of those working together should make sure that we separate and make the maximum opportunity. I'm hovering in my out.
Okay.